Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the AI Guide, and we have something very cool today, but be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And also, if you stay to the end, there'll be a link at the end for a very cool free AI resource that you can learn a lot of great stuff from. So today we're going to talk about a really cool use case for AI that I didn't know about, and the hat tip today goes to Bootstrap Labs in San Francisco, California, co-founded by a guy I know, Ben Levy, who is a great guy, and Nikolai, his partner, is also a great guy, and they're a venture fund investing in AI startups. And I was privileged to be able to participate in one of their presentations recently about a company called Hayden AI, Hayden.ai. And this is a very, very interesting use of AI. So what Hayden is doing is, in big cities, in their central downtown areas, they're very congested, right? And a lot of the big cities have started to add bus lanes and bike lanes. And the purpose of that is to improve traffic flow, because what you have in New York, which I live in the New York area, what you have in New York is people double parking or standing next to parked cars and blocking lanes of traffic, which causes massive traffic jams on really busy streets in Manhattan. And so what Hayden did was they used AI and sensors, two of our converging technologies, to build a tool that is mounted on buses right now for trial purposes in New York, and I think they have one or two other cities, but the presentation video was showing them using their system in New York, and this thing was mounted right in the passenger window of the city bus. And what it did was, while the bus was going on its route the whole way, if someone was parked or standing in a bus lane, it would snap a picture of the car and their license plate and send that to NYPD, and the person will be issued a ticket as a result of that. So this is totally different, as they pointed out, from red light cameras, right? A red light camera is stationary. It's at a specific point. You run the light, you get a ticket. That happens in New York as well. But this is moving, and the algorithm has to be sophisticated enough to know when a bus lane is present and when it's not. And also, it has to be sophisticated enough to know that the vehicle sitting in the bus lane is a private passenger vehicle and not an authorized vehicle to be sitting in the bus lane, which would be first responders, ambulance, fire, police, stuff like that. So as the New York buses go around Manhattan and other parts of New York City, probably Queens and Brooklyn, maybe the Bronx, wherever there's bus lanes, and it's taking pictures and sending that to the NYPD in real time so they can issue tickets to these people. Why is this an interesting use case? Well, it's helping to manage traffic flow for cities. And what I just said would be true in all the big cities in the United States, whether it's New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, LA, San Francisco. It can be used by all of them. And it really prevents people from intentionally breaking the law, which, some people just do. Some people don't. Some people observe the rules, but there's a certain percentage of the population that doesn't, and this causes traffic nightmares in major cities. So this is a way to get non-compliant people to comply with laws that are on the books. And so I thought this was a very interesting use case, and they've been piloting it with the city of New York. And they said, they didn't say it was New York, but they said that their pilot's been so successful that they have secured a permanent contract that they're just about to sign with a major city. And I would expect this technology, now that it's been proven, to roll out fast in every significant metropolitan area that there is, probably 500,000 up, right? Because anywhere that they have heavy traffic and they have active bus systems, where mass transit is common and there's a lot of it in use, then they're going to deploy this system. So this particular company, it's interesting, seems like it might grow and grow nicely. Now, I'm not recommending this as an investment or anything. I don't do that. But I do talk about companies that have new and interesting use cases for artificial intelligence, and Hayden is clearly one of them. And as this system rolls out, it's going to significantly improve traffic. In fact, during this demo phase that they did with the city of New York, they found that they improved traffic flow. I believe it was like 28%. This is a meaningful improvement in a major city like the Manhattan section of New York, or the Queens section of New York, which is extremely busy too, Brooklyn, and so forth. So I think as we move forward, we're going to see more and more new use cases for AI that is intended to help the police, which can't do everything, monitor whether people are obeying the law with their vehicles. So this system only does vehicles right now. It only does vehicles in bus lanes. But the founders said that there's other cases that they can use this for, like people who park in front of fire hydrants, which, does it always cause a problem? No, that's why people do it. But if a building catches on fire and a car is blocking a fire hydrant, that can be catastrophically bad. So that's why they have laws against it. So it will be able to do that. Their system, as it continues to evolve, and handicap parking spaces and a lot of other stuff where scofflaws just ignore traffic rules. So this will help people be better drivers, because sometimes people just take it for granted that they can do what they want for a few minutes and run into Starbucks. They actually mentioned that as a big problem, to pick up a coffee, but you actually can't do that. And so if you're in a major city, then take someone with you. First of all, that saves someone else driving their car around the city. And secondly, they can run in for you while you circle the block. And you won't be blocking bus lanes and stuff like that then, or fire hydrants, or whatever the case may be. So check it out, Hayden AI. Lots of new use cases coming now that AI has matured, and sensors have matured. We've talked again about converging technologies, and this is going to be big, and it's going to roll out to all the cities. Now, some of you may feel that this shouldn't be allowed, but the thing is, these laws are in place for a reason, and they're not invading anyone's privacies. You're on a public street, in a public activity, which is parking your car on a public street, and you have no right to privacy or anything in that kind of environment. So I don't think there's much of an argument against it. At least it'll stand up in a court. So thanks a lot. Take care. Please subscribe, like, share videos with your friends, and always leave comments. We love comments. I check for comments every week, and I love answering your questions and comments. Please continue to do that. We've had a lot of comments, and we got something new and special coming for you very, very soon. So within 2 weeks, something new and special here on the AI Guide. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.